This video is for demonstration purpose only. All the characters and references made are imaginary and only for the purpose of this demonstration. Hi, welcome to this session. I am Lalit Mohan, and with your permission, for next 12 minutes, I will step into the role of a teacher, engaging my students using digital learning spaces. This is a Microsoft Classroom and Class One Notebook, a one-stop app with everything needed for this purpose. On the left are the classes that I am teaching. I can add any number simply clicking on the plus without the need of any specialized ID knowledge. On the top are the key components that will permit anytime, anywhere learning within my digital classroom environment. Assignment is a large part of classroom interaction that is made effective and efficient here with MS Classroom. They are lined up in the order of due dates. Short description shows up with stats on how many have submitted and have been graded, and whether there is any supporting material therein, the description of the assignment to support the students in doing this assignment. We will go deeper into this a little later. Calendar is essential to synchronize teaching and learning activities. Here, the lectures of the module I'm teaching are shown. As I create the assignment for my students, the due date also shows up for their benefit. I can superimpose any number of calendars. Example, public holidays here, which shows that 26 December 2016 lecture has to be made up or rescheduled. A lot of learning, especially in the institutes of higher learning, takes place by intra-student interaction, also referred to as mutual or lateral learning. Conversations presents the various threads in the Outlook email style. This could be around assignments, topics of discussions, and interest in the class. The student can start a new conversation by pressing the plus sign here, or search for the material around a specific key name for use in his studies. MS Classroom provides a large amount of storage space where all the material that is used in the class to support the learning activities, for example, learning notes, study material, assignment material, etc., can be stored. Once done, this can be accessed by the teacher and the student anytime, anywhere from any device. Finally, there is the Class 1 notebook. This is a digital learning space. It promotes collaborative learning that many learning environments, institution organizations leverage for project-based learning model. It also provides individualized channel between each student and teacher. We know every child, every student is different, and such facilities accommodate this within the bounds of an education system with defined classes, grades, and bell schedule. We will go deeper into Class OneNote a bit later. Let's dive deeper into the assignment component. There is one completed assignment about the learning to use communication spaces. I have graded the students and a partial bell curve is showing up the left hand side. Let's look at the submission tab. I can select all the students and write them to the gradebook of my choice. This saves time and labor to double triple write the student grades. Imagine the saving in a real class setting with 20, 30 or more students. One of the in-progress assignment is on infographics. and it is completed by one student so far. The grades show up here. The detailed tabs shows the brief of the assignment. I have included embedded content to support my students learning from anywhere, flipping and blending the learning with online and face-to-face interaction. The student doesn't have to spend time and effort in acquiring an app to see this embed content. They can see the content right inside MS Classroom itself. You also notice there is a class or public conversation going on where the student is requesting samples, which I have followed up through for the benefit of all the students. Let's close this embedded content and switch to the submission tab. I can see details of Joe's submission. Joe's submission shows up, which I can view using a Office PowerPoint app from anywhere, anytime, on any device online. Joe has done a good job, and I express my appreciation by marking it online and sending it back to him. However, if I am not satisfied, I could also click Return to the student so Joe can rework his submissions. There is also a private conversation between Joe and me where chat pertaining to individual matters, example, individually graded assignments, individual feedback, etc., can be transacted. Let us see Joe's view of the classroom. He sees the resources and his work and the class and the teacher conversation. On the top right is the status of his assignment shown as graded and his grade displays. He has all the key components of the classroom, same as the teacher in the module, to do his learning. You would notice right now Joe has been muted, and I will touch upon that a little later in this demonstration. Let's shift gear to look deeper into the digital class notebook. Class notebook has a collaboration area where everyone can access and edit. Hence, all the more reason to demonstrate one's best behavior as others are watching. In this example, my class is collecting material on jazz music, various type of information, pictures, lists, documents, even audio files have been collected. Wow, that's nice. So I'm looking for interesting project report to come out of this. In the content library area, the teacher can deposit information items like circulars, quiz sheets. For example, here teacher has placed the problem of the week for the entire term of 15 weeks. It can be distributed using the class notebook integration with email, or the student can simply copy these into their digital work areas. There is a teacher's private area where the teacher can do the work to plan for the education of his students. For example, lesson plans, assignments, study notes, etc. can be created. Right now, I'm creating an assignment to give to my students. It's called Modern Day Hero. My class notebook is already integrated with the MS Classroom shown here, and my students' work area, digital work area in the class notebook is also mapped to the identities of these students in the MS Classroom here. So now I can efficiently distribute the assignment by clicking the Create Assignment button. OneNote populates the fields automatically, which I can change if I wish. For example, the assignment date, perhaps 28 December, and select the area, digital work area of the individual students where the blank assignment should land. Once selected, hit Create And now class OneNote will put the assignment templates in the individual working areas selected. Now I'm going to visit my students of how they are working on their assignments, looking over their shoulders to help them along with their learning. So let's visit Mike first. Looking at Mike's work, he's already started it, but then perhaps he has stopped. His modern day heroes are soldiers. That's impressive. However, I need to encourage him to move on and complete the assignment. So I put a tag and note there to say that please complete the assignment on time. These are tags in OneNote. They can be used to quickly access information among hundreds and thousands of pages which may exist in a real class scenario. Let us go ahead and visit John. Looking at John's assignment, his everyday hero is his dad. Interesting, and that is so true for quite a few of us. I want to appreciate John, but at the same time also help him along with the assignment. So I leave a feedback for him, this time using audio. Take a listen.
Hey John, I really like the picture you put in your assignment. Hey, I would like to meet your dad. Let me know when that's possible. I would like you to add some more material on your assignment and I would like to help you. So meet me after class, please. Thank you.
Great. I also leave a tag to be not this one. This time I leave a tag of please see me after the class. So once John is done, we will take this off and I'll be able to search John's page and work using this tag. Moving on, let's see what Joe has done. Joe's assignment seems more complete. His everyday heroes are firemen, and he has provided data incident which prompted him to develop that thinking. Excellent. I'm impressed. I want to leave a feedback to encourage Joe, and well, that's not the color. So let me go ahead and rub it off, pick the right color, and say, good work. In addition to that, I also want to give Joe a star. Well done. Now let me show you how these tags can be useful. Going to the Home ribbon on OneNote, clicking on Find Tags provides this tag pane on the right side of OneNote screen. Here, I have already requested to see tags by groups and for today's notes. I could choose to see all the OneNotes in this notebook or all the notebooks that we have. So let's say this notebook. Now you see much more tags showing up, and all these tags are helping you to actually navigate very quickly to their respective location. Imagine when there are 30 to 40 students in the class and large number of pages, the teacher would be able to actually go to the information he or she needs very quickly. These tags and the information therein can also be created to a summary page, which can be very quickly sent out to the interested group of students, teachers, or participants in a project. Now I need to review the work of my students. So I press the button in the menu ribbon and select assignments. I check the enter grades and expand all. You see the grades I have already entered for Joe. John and Mike. When I click on these, OneNote will actually take me to exactly the page using which these grades were given. John and Joe. I could change markings. For example, here, let me review and change these marks. Once I hit submit, these grades will be updated into the MS Classroom. Let's take a quick look. And here are the submissions. So here are the grades recorded, which, like we mentioned earlier, I as a teacher can write it to any grade book. Now, in conclusion, we can see how all the necessary components converge in MS Classroom to create a complete digital experience in which to conduct teaching and learning activities. We saw how easy it was to create a class. Managing it is equally simple. From the Manage button, I can enter necessary class information, choose color, icon, and picture to represent my module. More importantly, can enroll students and teaching assistants either automatically using the school data sync module or manually by saying add student and picking the identity of the student from the Azure Active Directory. I have granular control on the class interaction which is going on. For example, notice how Joe has lost his participation rights in the class and is muted at the moment, pointed out earlier also. Perhaps he was saying something inappropriate. I can mute him. This action removes him from the class interaction, but the private channel with me is still functional. Once he has worked his entitlement back, I can simply unmute him. If Joe leaves my class or any other student, I can delete it. Take note, deleting does not remove the data, like OneNote and other information pertaining to the student, but only revokes the permission to access it. Consciously, if required, a decision can be taken to physically delete the information as well. Thank you for your time. Hope you found this interesting and would encourage you to try it yourself at http:// classroom.microsoft.com.